right now. But I do really wish her the best. I do. And I'm going to be honest, like, I think most people are going to wish NaLyssa Smith the best. Most people, like I don't think anyone in their family really has that much of a filter, which I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest, just in life.
Remember when NaLyssa Smith was the future of the Indiana Fever? That dream is over now, and Smith is speaking out. She went from being the second overall pick to barely playing, and now she's out. The Fever, however, aren't looking back. They just made a trade that could be a game changer, and you'll want to hear about the player coming in.
So in the same day as they get Natasha Howard, they get Sophie Cunningham, possibly adding 2 starters, while also bringing Kelsey Mitchell back, and in year 2 of Caitlin Clark.
Remember when NaLyssa Smith was seen as the Indiana Fever's key to turning everything around? The player who was going to bring them back into the spotlight? Well, that dream has faded. And now we're left wondering what exactly went wrong.
All these people think NaLyssa Smith's value was so high all of a sudden, given the way she played and everything else. But she goes to the Wings, gets a fresh start. Hopefully that works out for her. Arike Ogunbowale has already welcomed NaLyssa Smith there.
Let's go back to 2022. Smith was the second overall pick, and everyone thought the Fever had found their star. She had a solid start, averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds in her first 2 seasons. But by 2024, her numbers dropped dramatically, under 10 points per game and a career-low 7.1 rebounds. It was like watching a star burn out.
I got frustrated watching her play, and she represented, I think, the remnants of anything else that was wrong with the team, right? From the Christie side era and everything. And last year was a good year, all things considered. Wish her the best.
Might think it was just a rough season, but here's where it gets interesting. The Fever aren't just benching Smith. They're completely shifting their style of play. It's fast-paced, high-energy basketball, and Smith just doesn't seem to keep up. Watching it unfold has been tough.
Did the Fever not believe in you for 3 years when they started you for 3 years? And last year when you started, despite being a net negative, and they continue to start you? Like, the Fever, like, to say it didn't work out is fine. Like, it didn't work out. They still started you. That's more than Dallas are going to do.
Fans are getting frustrated, and social media is filled with questions about why Smith's even on the court. And honestly, can you blame them? When the game's on the line and the team needs a star to step up, where's Smith? On the bench. Coach Christie Side flat out said she doesn't trust Smith in crunch time.
Had no intention. Like, we all knew from the start, she was protected to be traded. Maybe, obviously, no one wanted Grace Berger for any draft capital if they cut Grace Berger. Like, if they could have gotten anything for Grace Berger, they would have taken stuff, but maybe a team was like, look, we're not going to give you any draft capital for her because we're just going to take her when you waive.
It's not just the stats. The Fever are evolving, but Smith seems stuck. Coach Stephanie White wants players who can shoot, defend, and keep up with today's WNBA. Smith's shots aren't falling, and her defense isn't cutting it.
I don't see the point in, like, calling out your ex-team. Like, I really don't see the point in it, because I'm like, there might be a stage sometime where you might have to go back to the Chicago Sky. Or, sorry, to the Indiana Fever. There could come a stage where it's like, you don't want to burn bridges, realistically.
It's not just about the numbers. The Fever are evolving, but Smith is stuck in the past. Coach Stephanie White wants players who can shoot, defend multiple positions, and adapt to the modern WNBA. Smith, however, is missing shots consistently, and her defense isn't making an impact.
I forgot to mention, NaLyssa Smith is gone. If you're the Fever, how great do you feel about that? My goodness. Right, like, finally.
But wait, the story's not over yet. After being traded, Smith threw some shade at the Fever, claiming they never appreciated her. Talk about adding insult to injury. It's almost like she forgot all those games where she barely made an impact on the
I actually do think she'll do well. And I think there is a chance that she does pretty well off the bench this year, and that coming into next season, they're cool with starting her at the 4. But, like, she's got to really not even earn the starting spot this year. I don't see a situation where she's going to earn that starting spot, because Maisha Hines-Allen is just better than her.
You might think the drama's over, but hold on tight. NaLyssa Smith just turned it up a notch. The trade's barely official, and suddenly her Instagram is blowing up like it's the 4th of July. She's not just updating her profile, she's sending a message that's impossible to ignore.
NaLyssa Smith NaLyssa Smith. It's just always the case. I need to put a caveat here. I like NaLyssa Smith as a person. I really, really hope that she does well in Dallas. I really like NaLyssa Smith's brother. Again, does he have any filter? No. But like, NaLyssa Smith never helps herself with some of the things that she says.
Picture this. Smith's Instagram bio changes faster than Caitlin Clark hits a three. All mentions of the Fever are gone, but she's erasing her past with the team. Then she drops a bomb. Asterisk toe play for an organization that believes in me. Asterisk, did she really just say that?
There's a line. Just take out. I'm extremely excited for this opportunity. I promise you, Dallas, you won't regret this. That is fine. It's fine to just say that. Not to play for an organization that believes in me. Because they clearly don't. They clearly
might think it's not a big deal, but in the WNBA, that's like setting off fireworks in the locker room. Smith's not just leaving the Fever. She's burning bridges on her way out. It's a move that's got both fans and analysts shaking
I mean,
their
she's
head.
coming off the bench. And why do you have to say to play for an organization that believes in me? And by the way, I would have said to play for a coach or something that believes in me.
Calling out your ex-team like that isn't just unprofessional, it's career suicide. One analyst summed it up perfectly. Asterisk, I don't see the point in calling out your ex-team like that. You don't want to burn bridges. Asterisk, Smith might think she's standing up for herself, but in reality, she's just showing everyone why the Fever were right to trade.
Because I'm saying, like, other teams, there's a lot of teams that would be okay with you playing on the bench. They gave Myisha Hines-Allen a max. They just gave Myisha Hines-Allen a max. You are the 2, maybe 3rd string power forward on this team. Maddie Siegrist was averaging 15 points per game till Natasha Howard came back last year. You might be the 3rd choice power forward on this team. There is a non-0% chance you were the 3rd choice player at your position. The only thing is that Myisha Hines-Allen will have to play a bit of center duty, but you can't really play Hines-Allen and NaLyssa Smith at the same time.
While Smith throws shade, the Fever are making moves to upgrade. They're building a fast, modern team ready to win, and honestly, her Instagram tantrum might be the best thing for them.
Have to take into account that NaLyssa Smith was not the highest in the negative until post-Olympic break. It was just the lineup. She was never in a good lineup post-Olympic break. A lot of the team were big negatives. Like Caitlin Clark was a big negative before the Olympic break, and then ended up being a huge